the door just closed. Or maybe it was a text message that shattered your world in a single sentence. Right now, it feels like the floor has vanished from beneath your feet. The air is thick, breathing is a conscious effort, and a deep physical ache has settled in your chest. If you are here in this moment of raw, overwhelming pain, I want you to know I see you. Everything you are feeling right now, the shock, the disbelief, the panic, the anger, is completely and utterly valid. Your heart is broken, and a broken heart is not a metaphor. It's a real, profound wound. Think of this guide not as a list of tips to get over it, but as a medical protocol for healing that wound. We can't just ignore it or wish it away. We have to treat it with care, patience, and the right steps in the right order. Together, we are going to walk through the entire process, from the emergency room of your heartbreak, through the recovery ward, and all the way to the moment you step back out into the sunshine, not just healed, but stronger than before. The first 48 hours are not about healing. They are about survival. Your only job is to get through the next minute and then the next. Here is your 3-step survival protocol. Right now, society might be telling you to be strong. I am telling you to be human. You have permission to fall apart completely. Cry until you have no tears left. Scream into a pillow. Curl up under a blanket and do nothing. Do not judge your grief. Do not try to suppress it. Emotion is energy, and right now, that energy needs to move through you. If you bottle it up, it will fester. So for these first 2 days, let the waves of pain wash over you. It's okay. You are safe to feel. You feel completely alone, but you are not. I want you to think of one person in your life who is your rock, your most trusted friend, a sibling, your mom. Pick up the phone and send them a simple, honest message. Something like, "We broke up. I am not okay. I don't need advice right now. I just need you to know." That's it. You are not asking them to fix it. You are simply activating your emergency support system. You are reminding yourself that one connection has ended, but you are not disconnected from the world. You will not want to eat. You will not want to sleep. Your body is in a state of shock. Don't force anything. Just focus on one primal need: hydration. Keep a glass of water or a cup of herbal tea next to you at all times. Take small sips. This tiny, manageable act of self-care is a powerful anchor. It tells your body, even in this devastation, I will give you what you need to survive. Don't worry about work, chores, or responsibilities right now. Your only responsibility is to breathe and sip your water. That is enough. Okay, you've survived the initial shockwave. Now, we enter the most critical phase for your long-term healing, the detox. A relationship, especially an intense one, creates a chemical bond in your brain, similar to an addiction. We need to break that cycle. This will be hard, but it is non-negotiable. This is the most important step in this entire guide. You must go into absolute no contact. This means no calls, no texts, no emails, no checking their social media, no asking mutual friends about them. Why? Every time you see their name or photo, your brain gets a small hit of the drug it's craving, and the withdrawal process starts all over again. You are keeping the wound open. Block their number. Mute or unfollow them on all platforms. This is not an act of anger or immaturity. It is a radical act of self-preservation. You are giving your heart the sterile, quiet environment it needs to begin healing. Your mind is a chaotic storm of questions, accusations, and unspoken words. You need to get them out. Take a pen and paper or open a blank document and write a letter to them. Pour everything onto the page: the anger, the confusion, the sadness, the good memories, the betrayal. Do not hold back. Do not edit yourself. Fill pages and pages if you need to. This is your space to process. And when you are done, you have one simple instruction. You do not send it. This letter is for you. It's the emotional equivalent of lancing a wound to let the poison out. Your world feels chaotic and unpredictable. The fastest way to restore a sense of safety is through routine. It doesn't have to be big. Choose one small, simple thing you can do at the same time every day. Make your bed the moment you get up. Go for a 10-minute walk every day after work. Brew a specific cup of tea every evening. This tiny, predictable action becomes an anchor in your day. It's a promise you keep to yourself, a small pocket of stability in the midst of the emotional storm. You have detoxed. The cravings are still there, but they are less intense. You are stable. Now, the real work begins. This is the reconstruction phase, where we shift the focus from them and the past to you and your present. Pain and trauma live in the body. You might feel disconnected from yourself, like you're just a floating head of sad thoughts. We need to gently reconnect. This is not about punishing workouts. It's about gentle, mindful movement. Try a beginner's yoga class online, specifically one focused on heart-opening poses. Go for long walks in nature and pay attention to the feeling of your feet on the ground. Put on music from your teenage years and dance stupidly in your living room for 10 minutes. The goal is to feel present in your physical self again. For months or years, your identity has been intertwined with someone else's. It's time to rediscover who you are. Take a journal and start a list called Things I Love. Think back to the person you were before the relationship. What music did you listen to? What hobbies did you have? What foods did you love that your partner didn't? What movies did you want to see? Start reintroducing these things into your life one by one. This is a joyful exploration. You are dating yourself and reminding yourself that you are a whole, complete person with your own rich inner world. The sadness will still come in waves, often at inconvenient times. Instead of letting it control your day, take control of it. Schedule a grief appointment. Set a timer for 15 or 20 minutes. During this time, you are allowed to be as sad as you want. Look at the old photos. Listen to the sad songs. Cry it out. But when the timer goes off, you gently close the box of grief. You wash your face and you move on to a pre-planned different activity. This teaches your brain that you are in control of your emotions, not the other way around. You've been doing the work. The good days are now starting to outnumber the bad. The pain is no longer a constant roar, but a dull ache that sometimes whispers. This is the final phase, turning your pain into your power. It's time to shift from "why did this happen to me" to "what did this teach me?" In your journal, answer these questions. What did this relationship teach me about my own needs? What red flags will I never ignore again? In what ways did I abandon myself to please someone else? What does a truly healthy love look like to me now? This isn't about blaming them or yourself. It's about extracting the wisdom from the wound. This is how you ensure you won't repeat the same patterns in the future. Your future is now a blank page. This can be terrifying, but it is also incredibly liberating. It's time to dream again, for yourself. Set one small, exciting goal that has nothing to do with romance. It could be planning a solo trip, signing up for a course you've always wanted to take, starting a creative project. This shifts your focus from what you've lost to what you are building. You are the architect of your own life now. Healing from a breakup is a journey. You have navigated the shock, survived the detox, and patiently reconstructed your life. The wound is no longer open and bleeding. It is becoming a scar. And a scar is not a sign of damage. A scar is a testament to the fact that you have healed. It's a mark of resilience. It proves that you were stronger than whatever tried to break you. You are not the same woman you were before this relationship. You are wiser. You are more compassionate, especially with yourself. You know your own strength in a way you never could have before. This pain, as terrible as it was, has been a forge, and it has shaped you into someone new, someone whole. Thank you for trusting me to be your guide on this difficult journey. If you feel comfortable, please share one small thing you are going to do for yourself this week in the comments below. Let's create a community of healing right here. And if this guide was helpful, please subscribe for more content on building a beautiful life. Remember, your story is not over. The best chapter is just beginning.